Hello, and thank you for joining us today at our beautiful Shangri La Gardens here in Orange, Texas. My name is Lisa, and I will be your tour guide. We are going to go to one of my favorite places, Pond of the Blue Moon. Also, we will be looking at Ruby Lake and Adams Bayou. I hope you enjoy our tour. Are we ready? Let's go! Our first stop is the beautiful Pond of the Blue Moon. It's a restful spot for our guests, and sometimes our field trips allow the children to actually catch fish there. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, it's awesome.
Oh, wonderful. Wait! Who is that? Hello, I'm sorry to bother you. I know you're busy, but what are you doing here?
Good morning. We're out here at the Pond of the Blue Moon and we're doing some water quality testing. We are measuring the pH, or how acidic or basic this water body is. Now the pH scale goes from 0 to 14, with our tap water typically having a pH of around 7. Now lots of things can influence the pH in a body of water, including maybe chemicals that are in our air. They bind with the rain molecules and come down as acid rain, if you've ever heard of that. Or the aquatic organisms that live in this body of water can also influence the pH. So we want to have a pH as close to 7 as possible. That's what keeps our fish alive. That's what keeps everything looking beautiful and pristine.
The Pond of the Blue Moon is such a great place for people to come out and connect with nature. It's so serene and relaxing. It's an excellent example of how nature benefits people. We do these tests like the pH test to make sure we can monitor the quality of the water and keep that beautiful, serene feeling.
That was great,
Wasn't it?
It's so interesting.
Very interesting.
This is beautiful.
It
I
is
want to bring my
beautiful. This is one of my
family here.
favorite places at Shangri La.
Yes.
Well, let's go to our next stop now. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. And now we are walking along the Crescent Bridge, which overlooks the Ruby Lake here at Shangri La. And many people stand here and watch the migratory birds that come in each year. Oh, look! I see two scientists. My goodness, this is our lucky day.
Are those the same scientists we saw before?
Excuse me, could you please tell the viewers what you're doing here?
Yes, we're out here on Ruby Lake testing the water for nitrogen and phosphates.
Wow.
Now, nitrogen and phosphates are important nutrients because they can actually cause a problem. Now, they're commonly found in fertilizers that we might use to feed our plants, but too much of them is a bad thing.
Oh,
So
no.
too much nitrogen and too much phosphorus can actually cause major plant blooms or too much plant growth in the water. If that occurs, something called eutrophication happens. And those plants, even though it seems like a good thing, we're going big, strong, healthy plants, it's actually bad because as that starts to decay and die off, it uses oxygen to break down. When it breaks down, it pulls oxygen out of the water, which means there's none left for the things that live in there.
Aw.
So if we don't have oxygen for animals like fish to live so that they can breathe, what do you think happens?
That fish died? That is so sad.
That's right, the fish died. But it's not always our fault. Intern, you want to answer this one?
Well, like she said, if there's too much fertilizer, it's a problem. And fertilizer can come from gardens or farms when it's raining, and that runs off into the waterways. We call it runoff. But Shangri La Gardens uses totally natural and organic fertilizers, and that way it doesn't really harm the water. But look around. There is another thing out here that's putting a natural fertilizer into the water. Can you see it?
Oh, that those birds over there. They put natural fertilizer in.
That's right. There are a lot of birds out here at Ruby Lake. It's an excellent example of how people can benefit nature. We don't only look after the quality of water here, but we also put up man-made structures to help the birds make platform nests. So that's why we usually have extra nitrogen and phosphorus in the water.
And now it's time for our last stop, Adams Bayou. Are you ready?
Yes.
Follow me. We're going to take the trail.
But they do love the birds, you know.
Aren't they beautiful?
Awesome. I love the birds.
We are now about to approach Adams Bayou, which is an essential watershed for Orange County. It also provides a lot of recreation for people who live here, like boating or fishing.
Look, there's a man on the dock.
Oh my goodness, that can't be. The dock is closed right now. We're going to take a few minutes to walk over here and investigate why these scientists are here. The dock is closed, so this is not normally going on. Excuse me, what are you doing here? This area is closed.
Cowabunga, dudette. It's me, Brett, your favorite surfer dude / PhD marine biologist. We're out here at Adams Bayou testing water samples.
Oh, well that makes sense.
As a surfer, water quality is very important to me. Even though I can't go surfing out here on Adams Bayou, I still need to test what the dissolved oxygen is. All water has oxygen in it, and it's imperative for the creatures that call that body of water home. So animals like fish are dependent on that oxygen in the water to pass over their gills and help them breathe. They don't have lungs like we do, where we can take a big deep breath of air. They have to get it right from the water. Now, dissolved oxygen can be influenced by several different things, but one of the major things is temperature. So warm water cannot hold as much dissolved oxygen as cold water can. Because warm water molecules are moving around quicker, that it's allowing that oxygen to actually escape. And so the colder the water, the more oxygen it has in it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I love to fish. I love to come to Adams Bayou and fish. Sometimes I catch catfish, mullet, gar. I've even seen a blue crab here.
That's a good point. You know, Adams Bayou, we see fresh and saltwater fish, because as the bayou goes down, it actually connects to the Gulf of Mexico. People come out here all of the time to swim and fish. That's why it's important for us to test for the dissolved oxygen.
No swimming in that water. That water is polluted and it has a bunch of trash.
Well, we do see a lot of trash out here, but it's not because tour groups like you come on out and throw your trash in the bayou. It's because Adams Bayou is a part of the watershed for Orange County. So when it rains, we don't just get the water coming down here, but everything else that's on the ground, like trash bags and water bottles and cigarette butts.
Oh, that's not good at all. So you're telling me that if we want to continue fishing and swimming here, we shouldn't litter anywhere in Orange County?
That's right. If we want to take care of our waterways, we also have to take care of the land. The earth is interconnected with our towns, and that's why we have to take care of both.
We hope all of you enjoyed the tour as much as we did. We've learned so much about the importance of water quality and how the testing is done out here at Shangri La. We visited Pond of the Blue Moon, Adams Bayou, and Ruby Lake, and it's so important to keep it healthy for us, the environment, and the animals. I want to also thank the horticultural team that works so hard here at Shangri La, maintaining our garden and keeping it so beautiful. And I would also like to invite all of the viewers to please come be our guest and see for yourself the beauty of this garden. Thank you and have a good day. I hope you enjoyed the tour today.
Yes, we really did. Me too. I learned all about water. Oh, wonderful.